Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at some tasty, crispy 3D prints for Trench Crusade, because I've decided I need a little bit more action in my warbands, and thanks to HeyGears, who are the sponsors of this video, I've had the perfect opportunity and the perfect excuse to get printing a bunch of teeny tiny parts, actual teeny kit bashing parts, which frankly is one of the best uses of a 3D printer at home. And yet it's something I don't do as often as I should. So this is using the new Reflex RS Turbo, which we'll talk about in a moment. Technically it is, but it also technically isn't. We'll get to it. Effectively, it's the sort of latest and greatest version of the Reflex RS, which is my absolute favourite printer. It's my favourite printer for, I mean, we've talked about this before, but I don't want to do the dialing in thing. I don't care about the settings. I'm one of those people, you could argue it's laziness. I like to think it's efficiency, it's laziness, where I don't want to dial in lift speed and exposure time, and I don't care about any of that. What I want to do is see a cool miniature, get the STL, and then put it in a slicer, say I'm using this resin, and then 5 hours later have it in my hand. That is literally it. That's all I want. I don't want to do any of the rest of it, and that's exactly what the Reflex RS offers. So I'd be kind of mad to not like it when it literally takes all of the having to do stuff out of the process, which is exactly what I want. It's why I like it so much. Anyway, the release of the Reflex RS Turbo was the perfect time to print a load of stuff for Trench Crusade, because there is a significant difference between the Reflex RS and the new Reflex RS Turbo, which is the screen. The rest of the hardware is the same. The screen is where it's different. So in the Reflex RS you've got a 10.3 inch 8K mono screen, whereas in the RS Turbo you've got a 10.3 inch 8K amber screen. That's the main difference between the two. And just as a side note before we go on, if you've already got the RS and you're thinking, well actually I would quite like to have the RS Turbo but I don't want to buy a whole new printer, you don't need to do that. The screen is going to be available separately along with a calibration tool so that you can just take the existing screen out of your RS and then put the screen for the RS Turbo in. I would have some lovely footage of me doing exactly that, because that's what I did to upgrade mine, but to my utter shame and embarrassment, I did not check how much storage space was on my camera before I started the process, and there's like 10 seconds at the start of me looking at the instructions and then nothing else, which, I mean, it's not my finest moment, to be honest, but at least I can tell you that the instructions provided for the replacement of the screen are very clear and easy to follow, because I mean, I did it. So they're not just doing this for laughs. The amber screen is an improvement and offers a few benefits over the traditional mono screen. The stronger light control. The amber screen offers 566 to 1, while other mono screens stay at around 200 to 1. The screen lifespan is 50% longer than the standard RS screen, which that is a significant jump. You're effectively getting clearer and sharper results faster with less in the way of visible layer lines. It also provides good long-term stability as the amber screen maintains consistent light intensity over time. With all that being said, I wanted to expand my Trench Crusade collection, right? So I did the only sensible thing that you could possibly do in this situation, which was to absolutely ram the build plate full of just a bunch of stuff, ranging from teeny tiny shoulder pads and very thin blades, all the way up to infantry-sized models with a bunch of different textures on them. And I just decided to send it and see what happened. I mean, what could go wrong? Nothing, actually. Nothing went wrong. Let's look at some bits and I'll show you. Everything you see has been printed using the PAF10 resin, and some of this stuff is auto-supported using Blueprint, some of it was pre-supported. For the auto-supported models, I orient them using the minimize quantity of support contacts option, and then I just let Blueprint do its thing with the auto-generated supports. I will put a note on the screen showing which are auto-supported and which are pre-supported when we're taking a look at the models themselves. So here we have most of what I printed on that completely full plate, and I've already been through some of this stuff. I've already checked it out. I had to put a few of the models together so we could have a nice idea as to what all these bits look like when combined in a sensible way, and I'm really impressed. It looks fantastic. I did also print a few little weird guys. On a different plate, I just wanted to see just what difference this new screen makes. So we've got a few failed creations from Bestiara Miniatures, and they're horrible little wolf men, and they look fantastic. I really like the detail on these. Things like the little canister on the bottom there. Oh, the little dents and the little marks on it came out beautiful. Really like these guys. They're creepy, they're weird, there's a lot of detail, and a lot of very small detail at that. There's another one here. They're very creepy. Very, very creepy. But look how well that's been picked up. It's so crisp, so clean. Oh, all the teeth in the mouth. Look at that. Let's try and get him in there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Grim and gross. So I printed a few of those. I also printed a few things from Westphalia Miniatures. They've got some free STLs available on their My Mini Factory, so I downloaded those. I especially wanted to print this because of this back here. This like wicker basket full of sticks and like a bit of broom handle, and like there's just a lot of texture. There's a lot of texture going on in the basket itself, which has come out absolutely flawless. And there's a lot of there's just so much stuff going on with this section here, like all of those sections sticking out, the various sticks and twigs and stuff. That's very, very detailed, and it's come out really, really nicely. Really happy with that. They also had this very spindly little weirdo, the name of which I can't remember, but again, this felt like a good one to just do a quick test with because of the halo thing sticking out of what I think is the head. The hood? The head? Yeah, close enough. Again, super, super finely detailed, but it's come out really nice. And super skinny. Very, very secure. Like, I've dropped this because I'm very clumsy, and it survived. Survived nicely. So, yeah, looking good. And then this one here was purely because I just fancied printing her off. Looks great. Okay, the rest of this, all the kit bash parts and stuff, this is all from the Trench Invasion warband, which is part of the Penitent Crusade by Bestiarum Games. And there's a nice even spread of stuff. We've got some knives, like some daggers, there's guns, big and small, various different detailed helmets, there's a few different bodies, we've got some nice textured sections in the form of the shields. I've assembled 3 of them, as you can see there, but the rest I've left unassembled so we can get a look at every single little part of each piece itself. So I'm already super happy with how these came out. So if we start on the larger bodies, these are the bulwarks, I believe. There's a nice mix of textures on here. So you've got a bit of cloth, you've got armour, there's also some straps on the side of the leg there, and it has all come out so crisp and so clean. There's a bit of texture on the armour. Now that's part of the model, and it's come out really nice. I really like the design of these, which helps a lot, but yeah, there's no sign of layer lines, there's no like muddling of detail at all. They're super crisp, super clean. The cloth especially looks fantastic, and I really like how well the straps and things have come out. Like, they are properly solid as well. Oh, looks good, looks really nice. Like that detail on the leg down the side, that's clean. Oh, great. The pouches look great, the stick grenades look fantastic. Is there a technical name for those that isn't stick grenades? Because I'm not sure that that's the right word, but you know what I mean. You can see it. Then we've got some of the smaller guys. I forget which ones these are called. Repentant skirmishers, that's it. And again, we've got a nice mix of materials. We've got the armour on the breastplate and the greaves. We've got some cloth across the legs. We've also got that chainmail. I mean, look how nice that chainmail is. It's just come out so clean. Really, really nice. Looks great. We've also got a little bit of extra detail with like the sash in the middle there, and those little sections coming down across the breastplate as well. Those little decorative strips of cloth look really good. Some pouches on the back. Also the damage on the cloth, that looks very, very good. And again, no hint of layer lines, nothing like that. Super, super crisp. I was very keen to print the shields because they've got a lot of texture on them. They're quite flat in some places, but then you've also got these bullet holes, you've got these dents and repair marks down the bottom, you've got these little chips in the edges. They're also like not properly clean on the edge, so you've got these different areas of battle damage that go down the side, and there's a lot of rivets as well. So you can see on each side of the shield you've got the rivets. The hand in the centre, that's come out really, really nicely. I wanted to do a few of these because I want to use them for other things, but also You can just see how clear that is. All the textures there, we're not missing any of it. It's super well defined, even though it's also quite like subtle on the model itself. Looks really good. Looks really good. Guns wise, we've got a few options. We've got the flamethrower. These go on the bulwarks. They're a bit bigger. Got a nice bit of flame on the end, which looks really nice. Again, lots of detail on the barrel, the arm as well. Can you see the like segmented armor sections, and then you've got the spike coming out of the elbow, the glove, lots of little bits of detail on there, and it's all really, really good. Really clear, really clean again. Even little things like the rivets near the pipes, and you've got that little, what would that be called? Not tap. I've forgotten the name of it, but valve, that's it. That little valve there. Really small bit of detail, but very, very clean, very clear. Oh, yeah. They've also got some of these. I don't know the name of this gun specifically, I'm afraid. We've got a nice shield on the front, which just trying to get the camera to focus on. There we go. Lots of little scratches and dents. Again, it's come out really, really nicely. Looks fantastic. I'm super impressed. I'm really impressed with how well the detail has come through. Like, these are small, fiddly parts. Things like that magazine. The holes in the barrel. Like, it's all really crisp. Printed super, super well. The armour on the arm as well. Very clean and clear. Yeah. I was a little bit, not worried, but I was super interested to see how well it handled these daggers. These thin, tiny, sharp daggers with little bits of detail over the hilt. Like, the size of that is small. That is really small. It would be very easy for that to get lost. But it's not. It's stayed very, what's the phrase? Readable. Same thing with the arms that hold the same weapons, so you've kind of got a choice as to how to use them. Super straight as well. Super straight. I've had a bit of a problem with some really thin stuff when you print it can tend to bend, and then you have to heat it and then like move it back again and stuff. And that's always something that I'm like prepared to do. It's just one of those things, but absolutely no hint of that here. They've all come out very, very straight, which is good. Saves a bit of extra work, you know. We've also got the fuel canister for the flamethrower. Again, lots of little details, especially like right on the top there. It's so tiny that the camera can't even focus on it, no matter what I do. I'm doing my best, I promise. But like, look at that valve at the top. It's just so crisp. We've got backpacks too. Cloth texture for the most part, but you kind of got multi-layered sections, and you can still see the buttons on there too. Very, very clear. Like, the detail is very readable. The heads are properly gnarly. You've got these kind of covered over eye sections. You've got like a gas mask section, the tubes which are a bit damaged, but the helmets themselves are also textured. You can see you've got these little bits of damage across the front and the side of it. They also look like they've been made of like badly hammered metal. So there's like some scarring and uneven texture, and all of it, it looks really good. Including on these, where you've got this kind of cone section. Slightly different design, similar gas mask, but the actual helmet itself has a very different shape. But again, it's got a bit of texture, it's got a bit of worn look to it, and yeah, the detail is really, really nice. I was super impressed with the guns, like with these rifles. The bayonet looks brilliant. You can see the wood grain, like that's come out really, really clear. You've also got the lever for the bolt action, which, again, super solid. Looks really, really good. There's a lot of detail packed into something very delicate, very small, but it's all come through perfectly, which is really good to see. And for some really super tiny detail, the shoulder pads, I tell you what, you drop one of these, it's gone. It's gone forever. You've lost it. You may as well just move on with your life and print some more, because you're never going to find it again. But again, the texture is great. You've got that bit of damage, you've got the kind of pitted surface, the beaten metal look, and it's all really, really well detailed. Come out super nice. Now, for some actual assembled models. Oh, look at that. It looks so good. All put together. Oh, yes. I put a bit too much glue on the back of this guy. That was that was a mistake. But overall, look at that. The shoulder pads look fantastic. The helmet is really nice. You can also see like the grill for the gas mask. Those sections that have been kind of like the holes in the underside look super good. It's actually picking up a bit more of the detail on the shoulder pad now that there's a bit more extra stuff going on around it. You can see how highly detailed it is, and just how clear and clean all of it is. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. I do like that you've got the lever on the rifle. That just adds a little something to it. Just gives it like a little extra air of like believability. Is that the right word? It looks great. We've also got one of the big guys, the Bulwark, with that massive shield, which I absolutely love. I didn't print enough of these big shoulder pads. I need to print a couple more, which means I'm just going to print an entire plate of other stuff as well, probably, because I need more of the big shoulder pads. I didn't have any to show by themselves, but again, you can see the rivets, you can see like the kind of welding marks. That pitted and damaged surface looks fantastic. And then you can also see where that fuel canister is attached to the pipe going into the flamethrower. The posing on these guys is very fun. Very, very fun. They look great. And that shield is... oh, it's excellent. Absolutely fantastic. And then finally, we've got this lad. Different pose again. I really like the pose on this guy. It looks like an absolute lunatic in the best way. And again, you can see the detail on that gun. You've got the pack on the back. That sword that's hanging behind as well looks really cool. Hadn't really picked up on that before. But yeah, all of the texture work is really nice on these. They look properly gritty and damaged, and like they've been through it. Properly grimdark. Which is what you want. Or at least is what I want anyway. So yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Like I say, the Reflex RS, it's already the printer that I have enjoyed using the most. It's also the best in terms of the quality of prints that I feel like I've been getting from it. And the upgraded screen that comes with the Turbo, it's added something to it. That is the first plate of what will most likely be many plates, because I had a bit of a realisation earlier today where I was like, I don't have to just use them for Trench Crusade. I mean, I could also, you know, maybe do some sort of Renegade Guard Force with this sort of thing. I mean, it would work, right? It would work. It would look decent. Oh dear. I've set myself up for producing a shed load of miniatures again. Anyway, I'm super happy with how all of those look. I think they came out absolutely beautifully crisp and clean, especially the really small sections. The amount of detail that is still preserved is brilliant. And things like the shields, oh, the textures, the rivets, the damage, absolutely flawless. And also, given that they are in some ways quite flat objects as well, that's when your layer lines get super noticeable. Not a hint of them. Really, really like this upgrade. Think it's doing a great job of things. Now, if you're interested in picking up the Reflex RS Turbo, the standard price will be $999, but the early bird price is $799. And if you use my link in the description and the pinned comment, you'll get a further $50 off for a final price of $750. I say this every time I talk about the Reflex RS, and will no doubt continue to do it for the Reflex RS Turbo. Yes, they are more expensive than quite a lot of the consumer printers out there. It's also the best printer I've used by far so far. I mean, it does everything I want it to, and I don't have to put any effort in. And that, for me, that is perfect. But, of course, it depends entirely on what you get out of 3D printing, what you like to use it for. It's your choice to make, but I can vouch for the quality at the very least. Thank you very much to HeyGears for sponsoring this video. Again, check them out using the link down below. Thank you very much for watching. And what should I load the build plate with next? What should I aim for the next lot of horrible lads? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.